Coins and Collectibles here. I hope you are all having an amazing day. Today we are looking at the top 10 Australian stamps that have sold for lots of money. So first up, we have the 2D postage stamp from 1909 to 1910. Apparently, this is the only unused example of this stamp. This is part of the legendary John DuPont collection. In 2010, the stamp was auctioned off in the London auction house and sold for a total of $13,587. Second, we have a George V block of 4, and that is apparently the largest multiple of the George V block. It is considered to have been printed on paper left over from the 1D 1918 printing. On May 23, 2012 in Sydney, Australia, this sold for a total of $23,490. Third, we have the 1902 6D green Queen Victoria pair of stamps. The 6 value of these stamps are shown in the corners, whereas the regular issues have the value in all 4 corners. These were discovered in an old album in an auction house, and the previous owner apparently didn't even know the real value of these. But on October 21st, 2006 in Melbourne, this sold at auction for $44,270. Fourth, we have the 1908 Australian 20 shilling postage stamp. This one was released to replace the previous series of stamps. The printing caused difficulties in distinguishing shillings from pence. Only a few examples of the stamps were used before the replacement was introduced. In November of 2013, this stamp sold for $77,000 at auction. Fifth, we have the 2-penny scarlet King Edward stamp from 1936. This stamp features him in the naval uniform and was printed in a nice light reddish shade. The stamp was printed to honor a new Australian king in 1936, but was quickly withdrawn before it was issued. One of the specimens of the stamp sold at the Moss Green auction in 2017 for $120,000. Sixth, we have the classic Victoria 3D blue stamp from 1850. The issue of the stamp did not last very long in the 1850s, and only a few examples were preserved. But at auction in 2006, this strip of stamp sold for $94,875. Seventh, we have the 1p red King George V stamp from 1914. This was printed with a sideways watermark, which gives the stamp a very unique feature. The ordinary examples of the stamp can be bought for a few cents, while this unique one sold for a killing of $100,000 at auction. 8. We have the first Kangaroo Map stamp from 1912. This stamp was released in 1913 and became the first issue of the Australian Postal Service. The print run of the first Kangaroo issued several colors. One of the specimens of the stamp was auctioned in 2007 and sold for a total of $138,000. Ninth, we have the 10 shilling Kangaroo Map essay stamp from 1911. During the year of 1911, there was a contest to create Australia's Commonwealth stamp. The competition was won by Herman Altman, but unfortunately the stamp was never to be used. The example of the stamp sold at auction in 2014 for a total of $142,000. Then last, we have the inverted Swan stamp from 1855, and this is a famous error that was created and is said to be the world's first inverted stamp. Today, only 14 of these items exist, and at auction in 2015 sold for a total of $171,543. So thanks guys for watching. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next week.